Hello, and welcome to Real Estate Answer LLC's presentation on how to discover the secrets of emerging real estate markets. My name is Sean Hewitt, and I'm the president and founder of Real Estate Answer LLC, and I'm also a lifelong New Englander. At this point, I would strongly suggest that you grab a pen and a piece of paper, as I'm sure you're going to want to jot down a few notes and questions as we move along. I'll be taking questions at the end of this presentation via our online question box to the right of your screen. If this doesn't work properly, as it sometimes doesn't, I'll be giving you my personal email and phone number to make sure all of your questions are answered. This presentation should last about 40 minutes, not including the questions and answer period. So let's get started. I have 4 objectives for this presentation. Number 1, to discover who I am, what I do, how you can benefit, and to answer all of your questions. So who am I? Who is Sean Hewitt? Well, I am first of all the managing partner of Real Estate Answer LLC, and I'm an emerging market investor. I'm involved in local charitable efforts, and I'm a family man, and I'm going to cover these points as we move forward. Real Estate Answer LLC was founded in 2005 by myself, and then in 2006 I was joined by Eric Malmquist. And he's a property management specialist, as he personally oversees over 200 apartment units here in New England. His knowledge and experience are invaluable. Emily Martineau joined us in 2007, and she's an expert behind the scenes putting together marketing efforts and strategic business planning. And most importantly, Mr. Lindahl, who is a friend and a mentor to me. When I began first thinking about investing in multifamily properties many years ago, Mr. Lindahl's words of wisdom and guidance have played a key role in our business development. Mr. Lindahl is a fellow New Englander and one of the nation's most successful multifamily investors. Real Estate Answer LLC has been a member of the Better Business Bureau since 2007, and I personally graduated from the University of Massachusetts at Dartmouth in mechanical engineering, and I also received a MCAA Institute for Project Management graduate certificate from the University of Texas at Austin. Emerging markets. Doesn't it make sense to invest in areas of the country that will give you the highest possible return? Of course it does. And these areas are called emerging markets. Now I know that some people feel as if they should only invest in real estate that is close to where they live. When people look to invest in a stock or a mutual fund, they look to invest in that stock that will give them the highest return. They don't necessarily look to only invest in stocks that are headquartered close to where they live. Well, doesn't it make sense to invest in real estate in areas of the country that will give you the highest possible return? Of course it does. The biggest factor that we look at when we are evaluating different markets to determine if they are emerging, and that is job growth. We analyze job growth all over the United States from annual reports from the U.S. Census Bureau and the Department of Labor. With job growth comes migration. People, when faced with challenging employment in one area of the country, they'll tend to migrate to where the jobs are. Once people migrate into an area in larger numbers, this forces the rents to rise in apartment complexes due to supply and demand. And this increase in rents forces the apartment complexes to increase in value. Because remember that apartment buildings' values are not based on the market like single-family homes. Their value is based on their income. We take advantage of these job growth and migration shifts by riding up the wave of appreciation, which will typically last 3 to 5 years. And we sell our property and reinvest our appreciation into a new emerging market and ride the wave up again. This map down below shows some of the emerging markets that are growing and prospering in the multifamily market right now. At the end of this presentation, you're going to hear more about the free report that I put together to highlight some of these emerging markets in greater detail for you. Just to tell you a little bit more about myself, I'm also and have been involved in a number of charitable efforts over the years. To the left you can see I've been involved in putting together groups for Rebuilding Together. We helped build wheelchair ramps at a church. We helped this retired woman rehab her home on the inside. It needed quite a bit of work, and we did that all in one day to try to do that for her, as she is on a lower fixed income. And then also to the right is a construction project which we did with a number of other companies, where we're able to build structures out of cans of food, and then all that food was donated to the Providence Food Bank. Over 50,000 pounds of food were donated in total from that event. Here's just a few news articles that were written about both construction, our involvement in Rebuilding Together, and on the Providence Business News when I was involved in the Association of General Contractors. As I mentioned, I'm also a family man, and here's my family. I'm pictured in the center with a Red Sox jersey and the sunglasses. To the left or to the right of me is my father, followed by my Uncle George and Aunt Sherry, with my stepmother Lynn and Kristen down front, and then my girlfriend and her sister to the right of me. A few other family members weren't present, but this is a day out at the ball game. Unfortunately, the Red Sox didn't win that day, but it was a great game nonetheless. So what do? I invest in multifamily real estate. I partner with other people to purchase real estate, and I'm also the asset manager, which means I oversee the deals and the property. I also oversee the investor's equity. I realize that not only am I the asset manager looking after the actual asset, but I am also concerned about how my partner's equity is performing as well. As I mentioned before, I'm an emerging market investor. I'm sometimes asked, so why invest in multifamily property? Well, single-family investing is good, but a lot of times there isn't a purpose to it as it's tied to the market. The intent of single-family investing is to purchase the home and then ride up the wave and resell when the property is appreciated. But you don't have control over the market. If the market goes down, so does your property value and your profit. If the market goes up and you cash out at the right time, you win. But you don't have control over the market. That's why I love investing in multifamily. There is a purpose to it, and that purpose is, number one, you're able to collect income over time, because these properties produce cash flow on a monthly basis. This provides an opportunity to have monthly income every month for your entire life. And number two, if you increase the income of the property, you have also increased the value of the property as well. And you can do this in a bad market or a good market. Two additional facts that are currently and will continue to positively affect multifamily investing are the facts that nationwide, the babies of the baby boomers, called the echo boomers, 72 million strong of them, are beginning to enter the rental market, and they will continue to do so for the next 8 to 10 years. And also, the high foreclosure rates and tighter lending practices have caused many people to seek housing in apartment buildings. This will continue to be the case for years to come, as interest rates for homeownership will rise over time, thereby making it even more difficult for people to purchase their first home. As an emerging market investor, what we do is we take a look at the market cycles. All markets are in one of the 4 phases of a market cycle: seller's market phase 1, seller's market phase 2, buyer's market phase 1, and buyer's market phase 2. Although we are able to make money in any of the phases, what we like to do is to be investing in the buyer's market phase 2 to seller's market phase 2. So that's right in this area. This is the emerging market phase. All emerging cycles are based on job growth. Job announcements will begin to happen in an emerging market right about here. And people will begin migrating to the area soon after the announcements.